Okay, so this one here now, right, again, you know, we're looking at types of transformations. Now, we deal with inside the bracket first, and because it's minus 3, obviously this affects, inside the bracket affects the x-axis, because it's minus 3, you do the opposite. So we're going to shift that now to the right, plus 3. Okay, so when I draw this here, okay, take note of the scale, okay, because if I take that plus 3, actually, so everything's going to be shifting into the positive area of the x-axis, because that 0 there will go to positive 3, okay, so it'll be 3, 0. This minus 2 there, if I shift that across 3, I end up at 1, okay, so end up here. And the minimum then, if I shift that 3, well, minus 1, it'll go to 2, okay, so it'll go about here. So 2, shifting across 3, and the y value stays the same. So there's my graph there, okay. Something like this. It's not perfect, the scale, but that will do that, right? So you've got an idea now. The fact is now I've drawn f of x minus 3. I've shifted it 3 across. Then I've got to do the 2 in front, right? Now the 2 in front means you affect the y value, because you multiply an f by 2, you multiply the y values by 2. So essentially, this is a stretch, right? But if you think about it, just think about it logically, common sense here. Timesing this by 2 stays as it is, isn't it? It'll keep it as 1, 0, right? Timesing the y value here by 2, it keeps it as it is. This is what will change, because if you times this minus 2, the y value here, by 2, you end up having minus 4, so it'll stretch it, so you end up down here. But the x value stays the same. Okay? So label the axes, of course, don't forget to do that. And you're done. You've got all the coordinates in place. So part B then, it says on a separate diagram, sketch the graph of this one, minus f of x plus 1. Now, remember what I said before, you always deal with inside the bracket first, and in this case now, nothing gets changed, it stays as f of x. Okay, so once you've sorted with that, you start to go outside the bracket and deal with then what's close to the f. That's a minus. The minus means that you change the y values, okay? You change the y values, and you multiply them basically by minus 1. It is going to be a reflection in the x-axis. Okay, that's what, when there's a minus in front of the f, it's basically a reflection in front of the x-axis. Because what you're doing is you're multiplying the y values by minus 1. So if I multiply the y value there by minus 1, well, it stays the same, doesn't it? So it will still be minus 2, 0. Okay, if I multiply this by y value here by minus 1, it stays as it is. But this is what changes. If I multiply this by minus 1, I end up with 2, okay, positive 2, so we end up reflecting it, so you end up here, and that will be minus 1, 2, okay, so the y value becomes positive, so it's a reflection in the x-axis, the y values go from positive to negative, or negative to positive in this case. So then, we've got that, and then to apply the second transformation, because this is minus f of x, you just got to add 1 to it, okay, so you're shifting it up by 1, basically, that's what you're doing there. Affect the y values, you shift it up by 1, shift it up by 1. Let's see what happens. Now, there's only so much we can do. We know if we shift that up by 1, it's going to cross the y-axis at 1, so that'll be 0, 1, okay. So it's going to go through that. Now, if I shift this up by 1, that will go to minus 2, 1, okay, and then, you know, this point around here will be crossing the x-axis. I don't know what that would be, right, so it doesn't matter, okay, we just leave that. But this, if I shift this up by 1, you'd have minus 1, 3, right, so we'd be up here then, minus 1, x value stays the same, but the y value becomes minus, positive 3, so we've got this, okay. As I said, I don't know what these values are here, okay, because essentially this shifted up 1, and I don't know what this is, so it doesn't matter, right? As long as you've got the maximum in the y-axis, and that's exactly what they're asking for in the question.